We, in religion, true religion, which our masters have presented to be a science and the most perfect science, we do not believe in blind faith. We have faith in the master only when master puts us in direct contact with the light of God and the music of the spheres. There is no question of a blind faith. We get the experience. Our faith is different from the faith of the other people, who do not see the light of God and music of the spheres. Our masters' greatest contribution to this modern era is that they have presented religion as the most perfect science. And science is experience. Science is making an experiment and then getting the desired results. We start having faith when the master gives us direct link with the light of God and the music of the spheres. No question of a blind faith so far as our masters and our spirituality is concerned.
Master Kirpal differentiated 6 chakras, with the crown chakra being the third eye. In some other systems they talk about a crown chakra which corresponds to the top of the skull. Can you tell us what the difference is there?
The top of the skull doesn't come into the picture, It's only, here at the seat of the soul is there.
Why do other systems talk about another chakra? Some
people have been talking, just as, other people just start from the Kundalini. Then other people start, from your tummy. Then other people start from your heart. Then again from your throat. Most of us from our tongue. But Master always talk about the seat of the soul. And those people, who still want to show up, that they are a step above the saints, they talk about the top of the head. Whatever our beloved Master had talked, that is the final word on spirituality. A single inspiring glance from your Master can change your entire life. You sit with devotion and try to look into his eyes. Because the quintessence of spirituality, it is passed on from eye to eyes, from soul to soul, and from heart to heart. It does not need expression through words to a great extent. Once this receptivity is created, then telepathy works. Then you can read through the eyes. You have telepathy through the heart. And then there are vibrations in the souls. Our soul cannot draw its eternal peace from material things. It can have its eternal bliss only when it comes in contact with something which is conscious. And there are only 3 conscious entities in this world. One of them, and the most important of them, is always the living Master. Because he is God personified, so he is all consciousness.
And then the other two are his gifts. His gift of the light of God and music of the spheres, which he bestows on us on the very first day of initiation. So our souls can have their salvation and they can attain their peace, they can attain their happiness, they can attain their joy, they can attain their bliss only when they come in contact with the light of God and the music of the spheres. We have observed, those are my brothers and sisters who are with me on the recent tours and who have been in India. They have observed that at the time of initiation, the new initiates, they get the glorious form of both these masters, Baba Sawan Singh Ji Maharaj and His Holiness Sant Kripal Singh Ji Maharaj within at the time of initiation. Although they have never seen them physically, and some of them have not even known anything about them. So it is the grace of these masters which is still continuing. And their grace is continuing now in a larger measure.
Master was coronated before thousands of people as a witness to successorship to great Master Kripal Singh. Then yesterday was the biggest event in the history of Sant Mat, when a living master, the present master, continued the task of Nam initiation, which has come from master to master personally. 22 people were initiated. Out of them, 4 had a wonderful experience in which they saw that great master Baba Sawan Singh embraced Master Darshan Singh, and great Master Kripal Singh also appeared.
When a God-man is himself functioning, he teaches love, he teaches humility. That is what all prophets taught. But when a God-man leaves the scene, then whatever religion is formed in his name, that becomes an institution. And when it becomes institutionalized, then gradually rites and ritual, they start taking their roots. And our ministers, they may belong to any religion. In due course of time, they forget the real teaching of the saints, and then they start preaching parochialism. They start teaching that there should be walls between one religion and another, between one man and another. All the saints and prophets of all the religions of the world, they have taught us to love each other. And now what do we find? We go to our preachers, they build up these walls. And they build up these walls because our religion has become institution and our ministers are paid. So if the ministers had to earn their own livelihood, one of the basic concepts of the Surshabha Yoga is that anybody who undertakes preaching of others, he earns his own livelihood by the sweat of his brow. And he spends as little of it on himself as is absolutely necessary, and he spends the rest of it for the benefit of the needy one, and then he can practice it. He can practice positive mysticism, as I have told you, practice it only as a science. We don't give it the form of religion. We ask everyone to remain in his own religion, to follow his own rites and rituals, and practice spirituality only as a science. And that science develops and inculcates in us to be holistic men, to be integrated men, and that inculcates universal love in us. So we can all live in our own religions and we can develop love for mankind. And it is only by doing so that we can bring down the kingdom of God on earth. giving a direct contact with the light of God and music of the spheres are unstuck lasting melody. He opens our inner eyes and he opens our inner ears.
If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain,
There is no greater gift in this world than the gift of true love. And we can attain lasting peace, bliss, tranquility and joy only through this godly gift. The great 18th century writer Friedrich Schiller has said, "What is life without the radiance of love? Lack of love results in undergoing torture, pain, anguish, suffering, and sometimes even in death." We come across countless people carrying on mental and emotional scars, suffering families split asunder by divorce, nations torn apart by hatred and distrust, and the world itself is threatened with annihilation from nuclear war. Love is the godly power which transfigures sorrow to bliss, misery to ecstasy, and it ultimately turns the human to divine. Today, I'll speak of a love that transcends other loves, but simultaneously enriches them. Love is not only the flight of imagination of a poet, it is a reality. Mysticism deals with reality. although everything in this world is transitory, but I have brought with me the eternal gift of love. In mysticism, it is said that love is the way, love is the guide, and love is the goal. There is no separateness in love, there is no duality in love. There is no foreigner in the land of love, no stranger in the land of love. There is no subject and no object in the realm of love. And there is no difference between the beholder and the beholden in that godly realm. The real purpose of the soul was to invert insight, to go above the body consciousness, to travel through the inner planes, astral, causal and supracausal planes, and to taste of the nectar of the fountainhead of water of immortality. When the saints come back to their physical body, they bring the radiance of God with them, and they radiate love, peace, tranquility, bliss, and eternity in all directions.
They are God personified. They are so gracious that they assume the human form and undergo all the human sufferings just to take the child humanity back to its eternal home. And if you go back to history, you will find what cruelty the man had not done to these saints. Christ was put to the cross. Our fifth Guru Arjan Dev Ji were made to sit on the hot plates below which fire were burning, and hot fire were put on his body, till it all turned into biles. Similarly, Mansur was put to the gallows. Kabir Sahib himself, he was thrown in the river, and our apostle of peace, the great Guru Nanak, he was put in a prison, and he was made to grind a stone grinder. So whenever these people have come, whenever God has assumed the human form, they have come here to save the child humanity, and in the process they have suffered so much. And look at the lives of the two great masters at whose feet I had the good fortune of sitting. When there was the time of partition, our great master Baba Savan Singh Ji Maharaj, he said that I know that this time has come, but don't worry, the God power will shield the disciples. The result was that he shielded all the disciples, and he himself suffered from the tumor of the bladder. I was by his side for a month, and he left Vyas only 5 days before he left the physical kind. He suffered so much for us. And all of us have seen our own beloved master.
He was working for us for 22 hours daily with his bad health, which again was the result of our karmas which he had taken over. Once, our beloved master asked Hazur in my presence, when Hazur was ailing so much, he said, Hazur, you are nekaram, you have attained a stage where the sting of karmas is taken out of the soul, where the soul cannot incur any karmas. And Hazur replied, with a smile on his lips, होरा ने जो ले तो फिर अपने ही हो गए ना. When I have taken on the karmas of others, they have become my own. So our beloved master always, during the last years, many of my brothers and sisters and sons and daughters who are here, they must have seen them on the last tour in America. So physically he was not in good health, he was suffering. But till the end, he went on putting 22 hours for all of us, because that was a labor of love for him. These saints, they are a symbol of sacrifice and true selfless service. So whenever they come, the beauty is that they, being the master of both the worlds, they being God personified, they come into this world and undergo all these sufferings, and still they meet us at the human level. They talk to us as man to man. They never show their superiority to us. Our great Hazur always told us, don't take me to be a guru or anything else. Don't take me to be a master. Take me to be just a friend. Take me to be an elder brother. Take me to be a teacher. And then, when in due course of time you realize something, then you can say whatever you like. And look our own master, how human he was. The world has probably yet to see a saint more human than our beloved master. He was full of compassion. His name was Kripal Singh. Kripal means compassion and Singh means a lion. He was a lion because in the jungle there is only one lion. And at a time he was the only saint in this world. And he had all the strength, all the spiritual strength at his commandment. But he was a lion with compassion, lion with human qualities. He was so human. He would call us, come friend. Even the little children, he would play with. He was so loving to us and he showered so much love and grace and spirituality on the entire world and all the disciples, that one common feature which I saw on this tour, because I came across the rich of the richest and the poor of the poorest. One single common factor was that everybody acclaimed that Master loved him or her the most. And that can be true only of God, that cannot be true of man. And once, sometimes these teachers, these great masters, they reveal themselves. And I was talking about the power of this great lion. So one night when he was physically not well, I'm talking about 15 years back, he was very ill. I was by his side, and at about 4 o'clock in the morning, physically he was suffering very much. So I handed over a cup of tea to him. His hand shook
and the cup toppled down. So I immediately cleaned his sheet, cleaned his hand with a towel, and naturally, with the falling of the cup, tears gushed forth my eyes. And he told me, Darshi, why do you worry? Although seemingly I am so weak that I can't hold this cup of tea, but with the grace of the masters, I have initiated thousands and thousands of people in the higher planes.
Oh.
Such is their power.
There is no greater gift in this world than the gift of true love. And we can attain lasting peace, bliss, tranquility and joy only through this godly gift. One of my own verses, है दिले बेकरार आ रो ले तड़प ले जाग ले नींद की फिक्र क्या अभी रात मिली है बेसहार. Oh my lacerated and restless heart, come, let us weep, let us be restless, let us keep awake. Why do you worry about the sleep? We have a night which has no morning. We have been passing through the pangs of separation during the last 1 year, and our pangs have been different from the pangs ordinarily described by the poets. Ordinarily, the poets describe that the arrow of separation has split asunder my heart. If it were so, then there would be the end of the heart, and we wouldn't get that constant pain, that constant anguish. But I think our condition has been more aptly described by the great Urdu poet Ghalib, who said, कोई मेरे दिल से पूछे तेरे तीरे नीम कब को होता, ये खलिश कहाँ से होती जो जिगर के पास होता. If somebody should ask me, your half-drawn arrow. He said, the arrow of separation which you have drawn is not fully drawn. It's only half-drawn. And it has got stuck within my heart. And the result is that every moment, I have that feeling, that sweetness combined with that pain. So we are having that sort of pain, which is a constant pain. And we should try to derive the maximum benefit out of this pain and spend most of our time in his remembrance and in following his teachings. Starting from the dawn of time, I have reached the evening of time. But my short life is an eternity of longing. Now this is just one verse, but it epitomizes our existence just from the dawn of times up till now. The promise of the beloved is nothing but a continuous desire. What if this night has passed? Prepare for the next to come. Love is another name of the continuity of the restlessness of the heart. And, O Darshan, you have brought this divine gift with you from heaven. Desire can be fulfilled is not a great desire. And again, the greatest poetry expresses the yearning for things which are otherworldly, which we can't have in the fullness in this world, and that is the divine love. I know, I realize that I am not worthy of your continuous glances of grace, but at least spare a glance for your forlorn darshan. We never deserve the grace of the masters.
So he had three big yajnas, three big congregations of sadhus and saints from all over the country, whom he fed in a very lavish scale. And did it after doing all the advertisement that he could possibly do. So after the three yajnas were over, he had spent all his money. He had 14 crores of money. So all the 14 crores had been spent. But Bir Sahib never appeared. Every other saint came and went. He came, he ate and he went. But the man who was the snusser of his eyes, the great man and the saint for whom we were looking all this time, he never figured himself. So he got very disgusted. He said, you know, I have lost all my wealth and the purpose of my spending all this money is also not attained. So he said life was not worth living. He said, let me commit suicide. But then he thought that if I commit suicide on this side of the Jamna, Jamna is the same river which flows by Delhi now. He said, because I am known to everyone, people will not allow me to commit suicide. They will catch hold of me. So he decided to go to the other end of the Jamna, to go to a far off place and then to jump into the Jamna and commit suicide. And when he crossed over to the other side and he got quite a large distance, and he was about to plunge into the river, he found that the great saint was standing there again. So he fell at his feet. He said, you have come at a time when I can't offer you anything. Had you come to me earlier, I would have offered so much for you, I would have made so many temples for you. I would have done so much for you. And Bir Sahib replied that had I come earlier, you were not only egoist, but you were an egotist. And your wife particularly would have thought that like a fly, I had also come the sugar. So now when you don't have to give me anything, I have to give everything to you. And he initiated them. He listened to the cries of our wailing hearts, of our pining hearts, of our yearning hearts, in a state of complete helplessness, in a state of entire
submission. We offer to them our forlorn hearts, our pining hearts, our longing hearts. Our paining hearts. For we have nothing else to offer. Every tear shed in the path of the masters is worth more than a pearl in every sense of the word.
Le maître nous dit que ce moment de départ est un moment très délicat et que il ressent deux très fortes émotions. La première, c'est que il a suivi les instructions directes de ses deux grands maîtres en venant en Amérique, en venant au Canada. La deuxième émotion, c'est que il nous dit que ces traits sont fondus comme dans un moule qui a la forme et font des perles merveilleuses, les plus merveilleuses qu'on peut trouver.
That tear that falls on your hem today may be a tear, but tomorrow it will be a star. So as I told you all, I'm only a collared dog of my beloveds, of my masters, and I have to go where they tell me.
Le maître nous dit qu'il est seulement comme un chien à qui on a mis le collet, puis il va là où son maître lui dit d'aller.
So, adieu to all of you. Farewell to all of you.
Au revoir à vous tous.
My two great masters who are taking care of me will take care of you also.
Mes deux grands maîtres qui ont pris soin.
The path of the masters is a path of complete self-surrender and a path of sweet is thy will.
Le maître nous dit partons avec le sourire aux lèvres, car le sentier.
Wherever we are, the master power is always with us. We have the unbounded love and grace and protection of the two great masters, the greatest of the masters the world has ever seen, Hazur Baba Sawan Singh Ji Maharaj and Param Sant Kripal Singh Ji Maharaj. So they are always with us. They are within us. And we should spend the maximum possible time in the sweet remembrance. We should be regular in our meditations, in the maintenance of our introspection diaries, and in the attendance of the satsangs. One of my verses is, कर सके गाना जुदा फासलाए वक्त मकान दूर नजरों से सही दिल से मगर दूर नहीं. That the distance of time and space will not be able to separate us. We may be far from each other so far as our physical sight is concerned, but we are not away from each other so far as our soul and hearts are concerned. So the master power is always with us, and we pray to the two great masters to keep us within their protective wings and take us to our eternal home. Thank you. I may not be amongst you physically, but your sweet memories, your inspiring kindness will be a green memory with me for all time to come. Oh, why? Thank you.